the value of doing a custom AI. First, and I think most critical, is that anything you build is now independent. I don't know how many CEOs I've talked to that say, I'm okay using it for my help desk or my call center or my order entry or possibly my sales team or maybe my social media or whatever it is that you say you're okay using it for. But so many will say to me, Wade, I don't want my data out there in the public environment. I don't know if I can trust ChatGPT. I don't know if I can trust Google. I don't know if I can trust Claude or any of these available solutions. And so they just hesitate or don't use the technology. Once you build your own custom reg, while some of your data will be available and there's ways that we can make it even more difficult for them to see what you're doing, but more importantly, the data is independent, meaning you own your data, you own your custom AI, you own everything in there. The only thing you're doing is making a connection to the large language model in order to get the answer. And this may not make sense to you, and it may be too technical, but at the end of the day, remember, you are now independent. You're not relying on OpenAI. Let me give you an example why this is so important. Recently, there was the Cloudflare issue that affected most solution providers. But the Cloudflare issue affected most providers on separate days. And one day it affected OpenAI. So for a full morning, most people didn't have access to OpenAI. Businesses had built solutions inside of OpenAI that they were using their technology in order to keep their business going. And for the full morning, they were down. If you have your own independent custom AI that you own that uses OpenAI but isn't built in OpenAI, now, if that happens, you click one button and convert that over to using Gemini or Claude or another solution. It has to be pre-configured, obviously, so that's some work. But as long as you've done that work, you're not affected by one organization going down or one organization increasing their prices on you or one organization making a decision that affects you as a company. It gives you independence.